Hello, it's me again, Ulrike Sophia from exploringdeeper.com. And this is the third in a series on red flags in workshops and the different roles that people play. Maybe you've seen part 1 and 2 that are about apologists and bystanders and what their role is in situations of harm. Besides, of course, a perpetrator and a target, aka a victim, the person getting harmed. And today I want to mention another role, which is that of bystanders. Bystanders are people who are present, who are aware in a way that something's going on, and they are not doing anything. So contrary to enablers who are like actively doing something, like actively sending targets or potential targets towards a perpetrator. In a workshop setting, that could be like organizers or people promoting a certain facilitator. Bystanders are not actively doing something. They are aware something's going on. Maybe they are aware of the full scope of what's going on. Maybe they just have an idea something's going on, but they don't do anything. Like an example that we all probably are aware of is that someone is being violated in the streets or attacked in the streets, and there's all these people watching. Maybe they're even videoing it on their phone. Maybe they're even putting it on social media, but they're not doing anything. They're not calling 911 or 112 as we have here in Europe. They are not doing like mouth-to-mouth breathing. They are not putting a Band-Aid on a wound. They're not doing anything. Now, of course, some people might have a freeze response when something intense is happening in front of their eyes, and they might not be able to act. That's something different. Bystanders are people who could act but won't. In a workshop setting, that could be other participants who witness that a facilitator is harming a student, or maybe assistants or co-facilitators that are aware something's going on, don't do anything. It can also be that it's colleagues who were not there at the event where harm was caused, but they know this facilitator, maybe they know the organization. I've seen situations where someone that we all knew caused harm was lined up for a festival and nobody spoke up. At some point I did that because nobody did. But nobody spoke up, even though we all were like surprised, and not in a good way, that this person was lined up for a festival. Here's my emotional support kitty. So bystanders, they are there, they're not doing anything. Maybe you know all these phrases. You know what? Why is it a problem? There's all these phrases, all these sayings that say, if you are not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. There's this, I forgot who said it, but there's this famous quote of someone who says, if you're not, fighting the invaders, you are part of the problem. Something, I forgot the exact, forgive me for not being able to paraphrase, but when it's in war, if you're not taking any side, you're taking the side of the oppressor. It's something like that. If you are not stopping a solution, you're part of letting it continue. So that's what bystanders do. They are part of the problem. They are not as problematic as enablers or apologists are. If there would be a hierarchy, then it would be like perpetrators on top, then it would be enablers, then it would be apologists, then it would be bystanders, and then you would get like the target, the victim. So if you notice that you are a bystander, take a deep breath, and maybe you can see what you could do, what is safe, because sometimes it might not feel safe to go into action and actually speak up to a facilitator who's causing harm. But maybe there's something else you could do. Maybe there is an organization that you can email, that you tell them like, hey, something's off. Maybe you know that this facilitator is part of like this supervision group, like this group of people who have this job, and you can send an email there. Sometimes these places have specific places where you can go with complaints. So you might not speak up directly if that doesn't feel safe, but maybe you can do that in an indirect way. and still take action, still speak up, and not be a bystander, but be part of the solution. It's a form of whistleblowing, right? Whistleblowing is an active part that you can take to literally blow the whistle, to say like, hey, something's off here, something's going on and it's not good. So that's on Bystanders. Check www.redflagsinworkshops.com for the brochures my colleague Rupert James and I have created on the system of flags with red, orange, yellow, and green flags that will help you discern whether a workshop or a facilitator is safe to go to. And the second brochure, freshly brand new, on the different roles that people play in situations of harm. And there's also a zine that I created on what can you do after harm, where can you go, what can you do after you or someone you know has been harmed. All right, all free of charge, of course. This is just to create, to make this community safer. Share it. Use it for your benefit, and let's all not be bystanders and make this world a little bit safer. Take care.